Let's get started. From what Howard told me, we will have a very simple, small read of 13,000 words today, and he has left something at the end for me to read that's hidden at the last one, which is pretty cool. The first one is written by a random day. That's the author's name, or Dr. Desai's personal file here. Let's see which one they've written that we already read. The most recent one that we read from them is 2210. So let's check that out. Also, 2210. Oh, it's the insurance. It's the insurance company that yeah. That even like against anomalies, they're like, yeah, we have something for you to be insured about. Yeah, no, don't you worry. That was a fun one. Also, thank you so much. I just saw on my YouTube channel, we have reached 430 subscribers. It's slowly rising. I would say it's gaining like 2 to 3 subscribers a week, which is pretty nice. It's a nice flow. I have reached the subscriber goal that I need to still record. You Casabon, welcome to the Fluff, my man. Welcome. Hello there. But yes, sorry. Back on track. So Random Day, they wrote The Bureaucracy, but now the one we're going to read from them now is called From the Mind of... What the fuck? From the Mind of Malinal how do you... Is this one of the Mayan gods? Because this is a... How do you spell it out? It is a Mayan god in Aztec mythology. Pronunciation, please. How do you pronounce this? Saw some of your videos on YouTube and decided to see on one of your streams. Hey! Thank you so much for joining. We just started, so you have not missed much. I'm just going...
Malinal Zoketel.
Malino Swatzel.
Malinal Zoketel.
Malinochukitl. I'm just going to call it like that. Malinochukitl. So the... What is it called again? From the Mind of Malinochukitl. And if you guys want to see how it's spelled, here it is. So... man. Leave it to the Aztec mythology to have the most complicated way to say a god's name. New character unlocked. What is he originally the god of? Malinochukitl or Malinalchok was a sorceress and goddess of snakes, scorpions, and insects of the desert. That's pretty cool. I like that. I hope Smite adds to it one day. Okay, let's get to it. We're starting off with Keter. Strong start. Special containment procedure is pretty decently normal length. Special containment procedures. A recording of SCP-23. By the way, I'm gonna call you Casabon because that's like fun to say and easy to say. Get yourself some snacks. Get yourself a drink. I'm not sure what time it is for you, but just make yourself comfortable. We're gonna be at this for at least 2.5 to 3 hours, I would say. Special containment procedures. A recording of SCP-234. It's already starting. 2350 is stored on a secure USB drive in the Site-42 digital armory. This drive... I just realized how dirty my glasses are. This drive should only be handled by deaf personnel or personnel wearing industrial-grade earmuffs and earplugs. So this probably will not be strong enough. The Mobile Task Force Lambda 12 Pest Control and Option 4 Sugar Pill have been jointly assigned to handle containment of SCP-2350. Option 4 is working to develop an inoculation against SCP-2350's effect, while Lambda 12 investigates potential -1 events occurring in Vietnam. If Lambda 12 locates an area affected by -1, they will determine the radius of the effect and establish a containment perimeter around it. The Foundation will then liaise with the Vietnamese government to establish affected areas as wildlife preserves. You shut the fuck up, phone. You don't get to chime in. The Foundation is currently attempting to negotiate with the United States of America for the release of certain classified files within their archives. If necessary, political pressure may be placed on the USA to achieve this end. Oh boy. I hope this SCP does not come out in the US on my YouTube channel at a very bad time. Wait, Deaf SCP Foundation workers? Probably Deaf D-Class maybe. Yeah, probably. I mean, who knows? Maybe the entire foundation is deaf. We here in Switzerland we have a restaurant called the Blind Cow. Okay, well, that's not deaf. That's sight. Sorry, but it's still interesting because all of them are blind. All the waiters are blind, and the restaurant itself is pitch black. So you order by the reception outside. You get guided into a tunnel section that's half dark, like it's very dim dark. And then you get guided to your table by one of the blind waiters, and you can actually hear them doing clicking sounds. They locate you via echolocation, and yeah, you just sit in pure darkness. It's such a fun experience. I know, again, it just came to my mind because here's the whole foundation being deaf is possible. All they would be doing is to communicate via sign language. But it just reminded me of the Blind Cow restaurant because it's been a while since I've been there, but it's such a cool experience to just be in absolute darkness and eat, and you just and the waiters will find where you are. It's so amazing. It's such a testament to like the human determination. Description: SCP-2350 is a weaponized mimetic agent transmitted by sound that manifests as the idea of a swarm of mosquitoes. I already despise mosquitoes with so much rage. I tell you what, I hate mosquitoes. Especially growing up in Spain and Italy where you had to deal with those shits. And then like, oh, I hate it. Going to sleep and just seeing, and you just go like, and you're like, did I get it? And the next one you're like, and you're like, and you're gonna get bitten. You're gonna get bitten, and then you have to like fucking do this during the night. Where I live, I think there was also a similar restaurant where it was all dark. Never been there though. Oh, like you should, if it's a similar like concept, you should give it a shot. It's actually so surreal, but it's really cool. I really enjoyed it. Human beings that hear SCP-2350 will perceive the swarm as attacking them, though deaf humans are unaffected. For every 12 seconds that SCP-2350 is audible, the perceived size of the swarm will double. Oh, so the longer you hear them, the bigger you think the swarm is. Ugh. Humans affected by SCP-2350 will suffer from rashes and other inflammatory responses consistent with mosquito bites. My body reacts horrible against mosquito bites. Like it gets like really like big bumps. I hate them. Affected humans may also... I also hate them because like when I'm with my family in Ibiza, my mom does not get bitten at all, but I'm the one who constantly gets bitten. Affected humans may also develop symptoms consistent with mosquito-borne diseases such as malaria. Oh, fucking fantastic. In several cases, patients develop a combination of symptoms not associated with any specific disease, but with mosquito-borne diseases in general. God's most evilest satanic creature ever. Why do they even exist? Honestly, if I had the magical power to just do this, fucking spirit bomb posing, to gather all the mosquitoes in the world into one giant ball and then just send it towards the sun, I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't care if bats will have a harder time finding food. They still can find food. Mosquitoes and butterflies. Those are the two things that can perish from this world. Would be a good weapon of war though. This, yeah, absolutely. I think you would make everybody who's in the trenches would freak out. SCP-2350 was developed by the United States as a weapon for area denial and saw extensive use in the Korean-Vietnam War. Say no? They're already using it as a weapon of war. They're using it as a weapon of war. That is fucked. I don't like that. I'm not down with this sickness. Specifically malaria. I'm not down with malaria. I'm not down with this. The sound was stored on magnetic tape inside a mortar or bomb shell, which was then launched as a target area. Upon landing, the mortar would play SCP-2350 until its power supply died. As merely being near these areas would result in infection by the meme, thousands of Vietnamese civilians were killed or driven from their homes. That's pretty fucked, gotta say. -1 refers to a phenomenon affecting sporadic areas of the Vietnamese jungle wherein SCP-2350 is produced without an apparent source. It is suspected that -1 resulted from protracted usage of SCP-2350. Affected areas are entirely devoid of fauna. The native wildlife appear to avoid these areas by instinct, while non-native animals introduced to the area immediately flee. I didn't know, man. You sure about that? You sure you didn't know? How do I know you're not lying to me right now? Huh? I think this SCP breaks the Geneva Convention. It breaks a lot of things. I think it breaks a lot of things. It breaks your mind, first of all. Effects of SCP-2350 on a test subject after 2 minutes of exposure. Well, guys, let's get a close-up. Yeah, that's a lot of bites. That's a lot of bites, yeah. Imagine just being an American soldier and just using this on hungry Japanese children. Don't give him ideas. Sunny. Yeah, those are rashes right there. Ooh. Discovery. The Foundation first became aware of SCP-2350 on the 3rd, 4th, 2005, when Mobile Task Force Lambda 12 Pest Control encountered the anomaly in Vietnam while tracking an outbreak of SCP-2810. During the expedition, Lambda 12 arrived at an abandoned settlement affected by -1, whereupon they discovered a mortar intended to transmit SCP-2350 and were infected by it. Can you imagine you trying to find another SCP just for you to get infected by a different one, and it is mosquito related? I would be traumatized of going out in the field. I'd be like, don't send me out there ever again. Like, I don't want to do this again. Lambda 12 were able to flee and report the incident. Recordings from the settlement, analysis of footage of the mortar, and cross-referencing of external intelligence led to the official designation of SCP-2350. And here we have the discovery log. Log begins approximately 1.5 kilometers from the settlement of interest. 4 members of Lambda 12 are pursuing a pregnant instance of -1. Okay, so SCP-2810 has to do with pregnancy. I will not keep that in mind because this is 500 SCP later, but once we get there when we get there, guys, in the form of an Indo-Chinese tiger. Okay, L1 is equipped with a flamethrower, L2 with a net launcher, L3 with a tranquilizer rifle, L4 with a standard issue light machine gun. As the team tracks the instance through the jungle, they observe several organisms watching them, though none of the organisms appear to be infected. Just looking at the bites makes me itch. I know, I feel you. I feel you. Approximately 0.25 kilometers from the settlement, Lambda 12 spots the -1 instance grooming itself and moves in. L3 takes aim at the tiger and fires. However, at the same moment the tiger stretches itself out and avoids the dart, which strikes a tree. At the sound, the tiger flees. Motherfuck! Oi. Shh. No point, boss. Damn thing was off like a light. L3 sighs. Alright, let's track it down again. Good man. Come on, lads. Let's bag us a tiger. L2 takes point examining the instance tracks and leading to the group deeper into the jungle as they pursue. As the jungle recedes and the first few houses in the settlement come into view, the group's audio recording equipment begins to pick up a buzzing sound. Identified as SCP-2350. We got you now to 1-0, a million mosquitoes. I hate this job. That's basically what I would say. Like, if that happened to me, I'd be like, do not send me out on a field mission for like half a year. Ask anybody else from my division, but not me. I'm out. Hey, town. I thought you said this place was all jungle. Wasn't on any of my maps, that's for sure. Say, any of you boys hear that? Hear what? The buzzing sound? Yeah, wonder what that is. What do you know? I hear it too. Sounds like, mosquitoes. L3 slaps his left arm. Yep, mosquitoes. Sounds like there's a lot of the fuckers too. Right. Safety's on, weapons down. Don't want to scare the locals, eh? We gotta ask about the tiger. Looks like it ran through there. Lambda 12 proceeds further into the settlement. As they do, it becomes increasingly evident that the area has been abandoned. No signs of life or presence, save the grassy vegetation between the homes in the settlement. All homes are covered in copious quantities of mosquito netting made from natural materials. Doesn't look like anyone's been here since Nam. We're in Nam, dumbass. I mean, the Vietnam War, Cooter. Focus. Where is everyone? Afro stops suddenly and looks down. At his feet is a pair of skeletons. One is a child size and laid out so that it overlaps the arms of the other skeleton. Right here. Jesus! L2 kneels down and examines the skeleton. Looks like a mama and a kid. She was running away from something and tripped, but the bones are untouched. An animal didn't do this. Hey, you know what? We are all the animals. Where are all the animals? All I can hear are mosquitoes. So what did? No tracks either. Just a tiger. That thing looks to have gotten the hell of Dodge. What are you thinking? What are you buying? I'm thinking that the animals around here are staying out for a reason. Lads, take a look at that. L1 points towards the center of the village before dropping his arm to slap the other. The rest of Lambda 12 follows his gaze and spots a large crater in the center of the village. L2 looks back on the skeletons. Maybe a bomb? Not much of a bomb, eh? Place looks fine. Dud, maybe? Should we check it out? Christ. What is with all these mosquitoes suddenly? Tell me about it. Let's take a look. Tracks lead in that direction anyways. I'm okay handling eldritch horrors, but I draw the line at mimetic mosquitoes. yeah, again, like, I would love if, like, these guys, what are they, wait, hold on. They, pest control. Lambda 12 pest control, like, if they, they were like, they had to deal with, like, other stuff already that was, like, bug related, but then this is the one that breaks them. They're like, listen. We're kind of done. we resign. You can terminate us for all we care. Like, we're done. The group moves towards the crater, noticeably each member slapping or scratching their own limbs despite no mosquitoes being present. As the group approaches the motor, the buzzing sound becomes loud. It also sucks. You guys know that feeling when you see an insect and you're like, oh, let me take care of it. Let me, like, take it out. And then you look away for a second, you look back and it's gone. And then your body naturally feels more itchy, even though, like, nothing's on it. Same with, like, mosquitoes. Like, the moment you hear them, but they haven't, like, bitten you yet, you already kind of, like, your body already, like, has that, like, the itch feeling. I feel like that's basically that, but it's a lot more extreme. And they're actually getting bitten by some mimetic effect. As they near the crater, the vegetation thins and the ground becomes progressively more cracked. When the group reaches the rim of the crater, they look down at it. At the bottom of the crater is a large mortar shell bearing US Army markings with an abnormal shape. The mortar is shaped cylindrically, though its sides taper towards the top, and there is a bevel at the bottom. There's an open hatch on the side of the mortar. That ain't ominous at all. Knock it off. I'll go down there and check it out. You three keep an eye out for anything weird. L1 slides down the crater and approaches the mortar. He examines the... Why is my music not working? weird. Sorry, and he examines the hatch and reaches into it, pulling out a magnetic tape. What the hell is this? Boss, I look up. Everyone looks up, the sky is clear, and no abnormalities appear present. Bloody hell. Run! L1 scrambles up the crater. He is helped by L2, and the group proceeds to flee from the crater, dropping their weapons in the process. It is unclear what they are fleeing from, as the camera recordings do not show anything abnormal. However, all members of Lambda 12 are repeatedly slapping themselves over the bodies. Oh, they're seeing like a huge army of mosquitoes. Into that hut! Lambda 12 flees towards a nearby home, ducking under the mosquito netting and forcing their way into the home. Alright, what the bloody hell was that? 1 billion fucking mosquitoes. Holy fuck. Jesus, the goddamn sky was black. You think it was that bomb? If anyone could create this cock up of a place, it would be the Yanks, right? Focus. How do we get out of here? Look around. See what you can find. I reckon we could cover ourselves in the mosquito nets and get out of here. Sharp thinking. Right. See if you can find something around here. Imagine if they counted it by making mimetic spiders. I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen here, but that would be cool. Actually, that may be worse. I mean, mimetic spiders would... Yeah, you'd be fine. Like, it's not like the spiders want to bite you. Like, I don't mind spiders anyway, so... I'd be like... I leave spiders here. I'd be like, hey, you take care of the flies for me. Thank you. L3 moves towards the rear of the hut and comes across a bed covered in mosquito netting. There are a pair of skeletons lying on the bed, covered in netting. L4 comes up beside them. Christ, what do you think happened to these two? Starved, I bet. Come on, help me with the netting. Poor bastards. Why didn't they just use the nets? Just get the fuck out of here. Maybe they didn't want to leave their homes, you know? L4 slaps his arm. He and L2 look at each other. Oh, fuck. Boss, we gotta go. They're getting in. L1 and L2 approach, slapping their arms. I can see that. Right, lads. Into the nets. L1 and L2 drape themselves in mosquito nettings, while L3 and L4 do the same. Should we, go back for our guns? Do you want to? No. There's your answer. On the count of 3, rush out of the house and out of the village. Keep running. Don't stop. Don't slow down or slap at the buggers. Just keep running. Got it? Got it. Got it. Got it. Good men. Okay. 1, 2, 3. On the count of 3, L1 pushes the door open, breaks into a sprint, followed closely by the rest of Lambda 12. Although the camera recording from this point suffers from heavy motion blur, no mosquitoes are visible, and the sky is clear. Despite this, each member of the task force reacts as if being attacked by a large quantity of mosquitoes. This behavior persists as the task force exits the boundary of the village and for approximately half a kilometer into the jungle. Once the task force is 2 kilometers from the village, Lambda 12 calls for extraction. Log ends. That was all just like the discovery of it as well. History of SCP-2350. I don't either. If a spider lives here, the rent is getting the files. Yo, spider, can you pass me the files? Thank you. But I know when you said the flies for me. But I also love the idea of a spider just dropping like a file on the webbing. She's like, and you're like, thanks. Texas. Historical records of the ASCI indicate that SCP-2350 is descended from a mimetic weapon used by Spain in the Spanish-American War, based on an Aztec prayer to, I forgot how to say this name already. It's been Maliachocatil, American Security Containment Initiative, and the Aztec gods of snakes, scorpions, and insects. Ah, that makes sense. Insects, the fucking mosquitoes. The efficacy of the Spanish weapon was limited by the primitive state of European mimetics. The carrier sound had to be made by a handheld noisemaker, did not cause any physical effects, and affected both Spanish and Americans. As such, the weapon did not contribute in any meaningful way to the Spanish war effort, and research on the weapon was relinquished to the United States as part of the Treaty of Paris of 1898. Kind of crazy. They're like, oh, we don't have really a good way to use this, and it also affects both sides, so... Records collected by Soviet intelligence indicate that the United States attempted to refine the weapon for use in both world wars by developing an inoculation against the meme for use by Allied force. The necessary breakthrough to develop memetic inoculations were not arrived at until 1947. As such, SCP-2350 did not see usage in either World War. Pentagram research records acquired by the Foundation indicate that the first inoculation for the weapon was developed in early 1950, enabling its first deployment via naval shelling in the Battle of Incheon. Pentagram, the occult branch of the Department of Defense. The weapon would see further use as a tool to deny enemy supply lines and hold major choke points during the Korean War. It is suspected that several canisters of the weapon were breached at the Battle of Yunsan to cover the retreat of American forces. Recovered Chinese records of the battle make repeated reference to large swarms of mosquitoes abruptly materializing at crossing points along the Yalu River and attacking all Chinese forces that attempted to pursue the Americans. Billy, give me the level 4 clearance secret project. It's just wild that they had this for apparently a long time, but they just couldn't ever use it efficiently. The form of the weapon, classified as SCP-2350, was developed by the Special Operations Division of the United States Chemical Corps and deployed en masse during the Vietnam War under the codename Agent Black. In addition to having an increased swarm growth rate, the weapon was able to induce physical injury in its victims. At some point prior to 1961, Dash-1 began to manifest in Vietnam. The American inoculation was ineffective against this form of SCP-2350, enabling it to attack both communist and anti-communist forces indiscriminately. The United States attempted to curtail the spread of Dash-1 through their herbicidal warfare campaign Operation Ranch Hand. Although this attempt was partially successful, it had the added effect of defoliating huge portions of otherwise unaffected jungle and displacing thousands more Vietnamese civilians. As of 2005, the United States has not acknowledged the existence of SCP-2350 and has repeatedly rebuffed attempts by the Foundation to gain access to its historical anomalous archives through traditional channels. And here we have USAF plane spraying an area of jungle thought to be affected by Dash-1. This picture was part of the records collected from the Pentagram. Yeah, that's the herbicide. Yeah. Kind of fucked. Dash-1 was what again? Like, it refers to the phenomenon affecting sporadic areas of the Vietnamese jungle when without a present. It's suspected Dash-1 is also from. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. So certain areas are affected. Gotcha. Well then. Let me write on Twitter real quick. Hashtag SCP-2350. I hate mosquitoes. Whoever came up with the idea to make a sound that makes you believe you are being attacked by a swarm of mosquitoes, and it's still it actually does cause bite marks / spreads malaria. I hope hell is extra hot cold for you. I mean, can you imagine coming up with this and being like, yeah, this is fine. This is perfectly fine. We can use this in the war. Like, why would we not? What stops us? What stops us from doing this absolutely crazy idea? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Crazy. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Mosquitoes? No. Everything else? Sure, go ahead.